Hello and everyone, welcome to Hong Kong House of Cards for November 4th, 2015. Oh, we're back from downtime, yay!
Yay.
And why don't you two quickly name your characters off, and I'll decide exactly the situation going on.
Off through
Okay.
the ashes.
And Keely Jade McCready. And yeah. She showed up in a box with another cat who has now meandered off.
Okay,
Okay.
alright. And she's currently in Hamid, naked, going through the Sept,
Yep.
just wandering around. Alright, uh, I'm gonna make a quick Dex stealth, and you make me a quick perception alertness.
Okay.
Because I presume you're not being very stealthy if you're wandering around naked.
Well, I mean, as stealthy as possible, I guess.
Stealthy as a nude person can be? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
you're a pink biped in the midst of all this greenery.
Yep. So I can only really be
Your
super stealthy.
camouflage is not very good.
No.
No. No.
Okay. So perception alertness, you said?
Yes, and I'm pulling my sheet up so I can give you a Dex stealth. And I am in Latriani, which means I need to pull up the W20 Changing Breeds book so I can actually see figure out exactly what my dex is, because I know it goes crazy high. Nuisha are one of those whose their stats go ridiculously high in terms of dex and other forms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
come on, Dice Stream. There we go.
yeah, Guru it's for strength, but Nuisha it's for dex.
Makes sense. They're a little smaller.
They're a little smaller, and they're also a lot more likely to dance around you than to actually punch you in the face.
Yep. Yep.
Or
Okay.
trip you.
Or trip you, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so W20 Changing Breeds. Hibbity hibbity hee. I've got at least 5 dice in this.
Okay.
So and that's assuming like Latriani doesn't actually increase my dice. No, it increases it by 3. So 8. Rolling 8 as soon as the dice stream works.
Oh, days.
Ash is currently going for a run through the nature preserve in breed form.
All right, Ashes will come in a moment.
Yeah, you got.
Yep. That's just what she's doing.
All right.
Lupus
So
around.
so Ashes and Kaylee spot each other before Kaylee spots me. But Ashes can feel free to make a perception alertness against that stealth roll. You
Right.
are in breed form, so the difficulty's lowered.
It is. It definitely is. Let me. Where's my sheet? Come on. All right, there we go. Let's see. There's 3, 6, and it's lowered by 2, correct?
Yes.
It was the diff standard, so it's 4.
Yep.
Or what was the diff?
The diff was standard because it's an opposed check. Diff's always standard for opposed.
Yep.
Unless there's something
diff
really
4.
funky going on.
Yeah, I think I got this if my diff is 4.
You don't quite have enough, but Fang's not hiding from you,
Right.
so I'll up the diff for
Okay.
Fang hiding from you because she's not trying to, and then yeah, you've got it. Makes sense? So
Yes.
yeah, there's a coyote following her, trying to be sneaky.
Asha, because she is obviously knows Fang. She's definitely like, what the hell is?
Well, also there's only one coyote in the entire frickin' island. So
right, and leave it to the Nuisha to find the person to mess with.
exactly. But Kaylee, unless Ashes wants to make a stealth check, there's a wolf.
Oh.
No, she's not. She's not making a stealth check because she's has obviously her focus is elsewhere.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Keely stops in her path and just stares at the wolf.
And Ash will shift to Hamid and look at her.
And Ash has
And
dedicated clothing, yes?
haha! No!
Sweet!
No!
So we're both naked.
Yup. But I've been running around in lupus, so and hey, whatever.
Keely just kind of blushes because this is a really awkward situation.
What? She
Oh.
you're blushing. Oh my god. What? She just says what?
Keely, like, kind of just says, "You're naked too. What the hell?"
Well, yeah, that will happen. But I'm not wandering around quite as blatantly as you are.
And with
And she
that,
just kind of she actually stepped. Okay.
go on.
To say she's just gonna motion for her to like come talk with me over this way.
Okay,
More
so
towards bushes so they're not wandering, just wandering.
Yeah, with that, Fang's going to shift to Hamid. And she is notably not naked.
Whatever.
Yeah, she has an outfit of dedicated clothing. And she says, "You know, there are ways you can not be naked."
let's see.
Yeah.
Fang says with this big broad grin on her face. And that goes for both of you.
Keely just looks over
Hi,
like,
Fang.
"Fuck."
No, not fuck, Fang. And
Well,
Fang
hi.
grins. Fang
Fang.
grins. Yeah, you'll notice, first off, how long has your character been in town?
Maybe a few weeks to a month.
Yeah. This is the only Native American person you've seen here.
I don't think this is probably the first time my character's seen a Native American person at all.
Well, there you go. And one of her canine teeth is larger than the other. Otherwise, it's that picture.
No wonder. Oh, I think I see why you're called Fang.
Fang will nod.
And you are? She looks over
My
at
name
Ashes.
is Walks Through the Ashes.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
Well, you can call me Ash if it makes you feel any better.
We're all
Is that more normal?
Yeah, we're all interesting people around here.
Yeah. She looks around. She says, "Is this the nature preserve?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the home of all of us interesting people, which I presume from your naked disposition, you're one of.
Well, I didn't run screaming when she turned from wolf to a fucking human.
Fang's going to make a quick perception primal urge, and she's going to essentially check you if you've got any rage. It's not... Yeah. Yeah, do you have rage?
I do have rage. I have... Let's see, roll down 3 points of rage.
Yeah. It's not the best way of spotting other changing breeds, but it's one that you don't need a gift for, so...
Right.
I mean, it wouldn't work on Fang. If you made that roll right now on Fang, she wouldn't show up as a changing breed.
Right.
She's got something.
She's got no rage whatsoever, even though you just saw her shift.
Damn.
Yeah. Nuisha
Yeah.
don't have any rage because Luna's still miffed at Coyote.
Right.
Then again, it means that they
Not
can.
Nuisha.
Then again, that means that they can juggle silver all day. So,
Lucky you.
yay, lucky us.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah. So, Fang's gonna say, you might want to learn the right that we call the right of pants if you're going to be walking around in Hamid?
Keely just
Right,
chuckles. The right?
right of
What's a
pants.
right of pants? Is that
Well,
some
it
kind of
sounds like
slave
something
thing?
entailing something we both need right now.
She looks over at Ash. Uh,
It lets you
oh,
keep things when you shift.
huh. That would be convenient.
Fang's going to tilt her head at, it's Kaylee, right?
Keely, yeah.
Keely. Fang's going to tilt her head at Keely. How long have you been one of us?
She's like, oh, about 2, 3 months.
Ooh!
Ooh.
And what are you?
She says, let me just show you. And she sets her notebook down and roll it out. It's going to be difficult.
What's your breed form?
Breed form is Hamid.
Oh, neat.
So, let's
Uh,
see. Do I even have Primal Urge? I don't have Primal Urge.
well,
Yeah, I
then
do.
you're rolling straight. Okay, yeah, you're rolling stamina plus primal urge.
Okay.
Or you could just
It's gonna
spend a rage to instantly shift anywhere, so
Yep.
take a while.
just spend a rage and just go bamf.
Yeah.
That's enough to go one form.
Okay.
Right.
No, she's going to do it slow style. She's not smart
Yeah.
enough to use the rage yet.
Alright. But
And
Ash is just watching, like, the fuck?
and now you're
No,
stuck
that's
in that form. So
I'm
now
stuck
you're
in
you're
Galabro.
yeah, you're stuck in frickin' Galabro.
Oh my god, that fucking hurts.
Fang's gonna
Ah.
Fang's gonna hold up her hands and she's gonna say, "Calm down, calm down." And she's gonna look over the shift you've done so far and try to guess what you are.
Right.
I figure you've got more cat features in your Galabro than anything else, yeah?
Yeah, I figure.
Yeah, and Fang's gonna go, "Ooh, you're a Bastet."
That
Oh.
sounds right. Yeah.
What do you mean that sounds right?
I think I've heard us called that before.
So you changed without a teacher.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ooh, that's no fun. Well,
No.
I'm a were-coyote. We're called the Nuisha, and we get to be guys tricksters. And she's a werewolf. You guys don't necessarily like us using the name, so I'll leave it up to you if you tell her.
Guru is the preferred term.
Keely says, I've heard of your kind. She looks at Ashes. How do you feel about my kind?
Well, this city is all one big happy family, Fang interrupts.
That's one way of putting it. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of the old grudges are forgotten here.
Well, that's because it's run by the Beast Courts, right?
Not just the Beast Courts, but the Tarot Council.
The Tarot Council?
Yeah, you ever run into someone with black suits and mirror shades, and they pull out guns on you when they look at you and do all kinds of mean, nasty things?
No, I try to avoid people like that.
Yeah, good, because they're after every single supernatural in the city, and so we're all on the same team here.
She sighs exasperatedly. Go figure. Just another thing to put a crimp in my plans.
What?
Oh, you weren't planning on eating any vampires, were you?
Ew.
Eating
Fang just
vampires?
grins.
What?
Fang just
Ew.
grins.
You're telling me there's vampires too?
Ash just looks at Fang like when she says that, like, what the fuck?
What else are there? Frickin' mummies? Beasts? Or
We
fucking...
did meet one. We did meet one of those. He didn't hang around long.
Keely just face palm. She's like, "You're not fucking serious. You're serious. Oh my god." Look, pardon me. This is all new to me. I
I've learned one important lesson.
What's that?
Nothing is impossible. That's the one lesson I've learned.
It's a good lesson. The way my teacher told me, all the myths are true.
Oh, that's a good rule of thumb to go by then.
So, would you prefer we tell you the way the world works, or would you prefer one of your own does?
She looks at each of them. I don't know. It would be good to get perspectives from everyone.
Well,
Right.
Fang sits
You're kind of in the
cross-legged.
right place for it.
Yeah, Fang sits cross-legged and says, basically, as far as it's been told to me. One moment.
Okay.
How are you liking this, Holly?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All good.
Yeah. Okay, so the way it's been told to me is after the men in black suits started coming around and started screwing with everybody, there was a big fight where a bunch of supernaturals were on the same side, and after that they decided to form one unified government for just this city and keep it secret from everyone else.
Okay.
And so we're one big, happy, full of infighting and backstabby family.
Okay.
And the Guru are guests of the Beast Courts, and together they form the House of Swords, one of 4 houses. Plus, there are the Kuei-jin, and they're all mysterious and observery.
Kuei-jin?
They're the other flavor of vampires.
Oh, that sounds
The
like
other
a Chinese
dead meat.
word. So those are the local kind of vampires, then.
Fang nods. They claim to have crawled out of hell. I don't believe that.
Well, who knows? I mean,
But they make good fighters, and they apparently can dance into the Umbra. So
no, that's the Umbra?
Oh.
let's get you to talk to one of your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fang is going to shift to Senda. Just got to make sure I have enough for it. And yes, she does. So Fang shifts to Senda, and she looks like she's somewhere between a wolf and a coyote.
Okay.
It actually looks almost like Lupus to Ashes.
Okay.
And
So-
it's like Lupus, but slightly redder, essentially.
All right. More newish-y.
Yeah. And she lets out a roar that sounds exactly like a tiger's roar. And there's
Ooh.
another one on the wind. And Fang will shift back to Hamid.
And Ash actually
She's got more than enough for that.
will look at Keely. So, I see you only have that. She points at the notebook. Do you actually need pants?
Yeah, some clothes would be nice, something to get home in.
And as
Right.
right around that point, a tiger starts padding up towards everybody.
Keely just
Ash, you will recognize this tiger.
Ash just looks at the tiger.
The tiger bows his head and shifts to Hamid. And he's male for one thing, and wearing a green silk robe.
Right.
And he slicks his hair back a little bit, and he says, "One moment, you guys."
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Butts.
Oh, pretty much.
Oh my god. Food. It's so good. Just needs more salt.
Woohoo.
All right, back. Sorry.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, tiger's shifted to Hamid wearing green robe. He slicks his hair back a bit, and he says, "Greetings. I am Sonai."
Nice to meet you. I'm Keely.
He nods a bit, and he says, and he looks over at your form, and he recognizes. Which breed are you, or tribe, I should say?
Well, I should appear to be a Kwami.
He will say, "It's good to see another Bastet, though it seems you are a bit wayward." He says, glancing down for only the briefest of moments, trying to be polite.
Uh, I've had a few difficulties. I should have thought to try to drag my clothes into that box.
I have a spare pair if you need them.
That'd be
Fang,
good.
please teach both of these guests of ours the rite of talisman dedication. And Fang salutes.
Okay.
I'm going to guess that we're going to need those pants.
Yes, you will.
She's going to shift back down to Lupus and go get those pants. And obviously, not just pants.
Yes, obviously.
She'll run back. She'll come back in Hamid dressed with a spare pair of clothes.
All right. It's a beggars can't be choosers kind of moment, so...
Yep.
Yep.
Here's some clothes. It's basic. Basic jeans and a t-shirt.
Keely says, thanks. And she pulls the clothes on.
No, I don't. Hopefully they fit you.
I think we're about similar size. I don't know. How tall is Ash's?
Ash, I believe, is 5'1".
Okay, so I'm about 4 inches taller than you.
Taller, you're in Glabro. You're the Glabro equivalent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when I realize that I'm in Glabro, I'll shift back down to Hamid.
Yeah, you should be able to do that now. You only need one success because it's your breed form.
Oh, I thought breed form was automatic.
Nope. Breed form is you need only one.
Okay.
No matter what form you're in, you can insta-shift to your breed form.
Well, let's give it a go.
And remember, your stamina's raised because of your other form.
Oh. I don't know.
You're which tribe again?
I should appear to be a Kwame.
No, which tribe are you?
In actuality, I'm a Seal Can.
Okay.
I don't know if we get a stand bonus.
I do believe you do. That's why I'm double checking, because all of the Bastet tribes are different.
Right.
That's true.
Coelacan, 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 Coelacan.
Yeah, she is.
Nasty.
Ash and Hamid is about 5'1" and 115 pounds. She's
Yeah, you do
probably-
get +1 in Socto, so.
Well, I'll roll one more die. God damn it. No successes.
Well, you didn't botch, so you can try again. Or you can spend a rage.
Somebody's got to teach me how to spend a rage to do that.
Somebody with rage has to teach you how to spend a rage. Fang can't teach you that.
Oh God.
She keeps trying. She's like, ah.
Well,
This
let's
is
see.
really-
Sinai is going to. Okay, Sinai is going to.
I can probably show her.
Yeah, but Sinai's gonna do it at this point, and he's gonna say,
Yeah.
"All right. If you're having trouble shifting, I need you to reach deep down into your own soul. Feel the anger. Feel the gift that Luna has given you."
She goes, She closes her eyes. She's like, you can see her fingernails digging into her palms. She's concentrating. And she says, ah. And then she's in Hamid. And then she puts the clothes on. Ari's muted.
Well, must be a reason. Yep. Yeah, he's.
Sorry, it's good to be back. It's just everyone needs me.
It's understandable.
Yeah, it's a small apartment and things. All right, so he says, reach deep within your soul, feel the gift that Luna has given you. Do you feel that rage?
Okay. I will actually, like I said, she puts her head down and closes her eyes, and her fingernails are digging into the palms of her hand. She looks like she's concentrating really hard, and like her brows are furrowed and stuff. She says,
Feel the anger
and then
of
she
not
actually
being-
shifts
yeah.
into Hamid because
Yeah, and he actually guides her. He tells her to feel the anger of not being the form you need to be, and channel that anger into shifting.
I was gonna say he doesn't even get a chance really to tell her that because it clicks like that for her. Once she finds the rage, she gets it.
And hey, look, you just spent your first out of rage. Yay!
Yay!
And it's really easy to regain it. Yay!
Woohoo!
It's the single most easy thing to regain. It's the single most easy power source to regain in the entire friggin' game.
Right?
It's I just spilled coffee. Regain all my rage.
Speaking of coffee, thanks for reminding me.
Anyhow, so Sinai nods and then tastefully turns his back while you get dressed.
Okay.
Not that he hasn't seen everything already.
Right?
Right?
And he basically says, please teach both of these guests how to ensure that their clothes remain on them while they shift. And Fang's gonna salute, and he's gonna walk off.
Right.
And Fang's gonna say, "Nice guy, that Sinai. Bit too serious, but he's a nice guy." Thinking everyone's too serious.
Well.
You are a new Isha.
Yes. All right.
Not all of us can see things as funny, haha, but it's definitely good to have some lightheartedness from time to time.
Oh yes. Because if you don't have lightheartedness, then you lose sight of the big picture.
Yeah.
And when you lose sight of the big picture, then baby Gaia cries.
Mm-hmm.
So, Fang claps her hands together, and she says, "I've got a ritual to teach both of you."
Okay.
Question: does Keely even have 1 dot of rituals in her knowledges?
I have a feeling she does not. No, she does not have any ritual.
Excellent. You're going before I can actually teach you it. You need to get a dot of rituals.
Okay.
So you got to wait till next month to learn this.
I guess.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Feasibly, that makes 2 people then, if that's the case.
Ash doesn't have it either.
Nope, I don't have rituals.
Sweet.
That is something actually I actually did intend on trying to pick up a dot.
All right,
At some point, so that works out.
I believe I can dedicate the talismans to you.
She's like, 1, these clothes are a little bit short on me, and 2, they're not mine, so I would kind of like to get my own clothes if we're gonna do this.
All right, let's go shopping.
All right. Got what I got.
Well, I own clothes. I don't need to go shopping. I just need to go back to my apartment.
Okay, let's go shopping.
Julie just facepalmed. She's like, all right.
She means it.
Fang's gonna look at Keely and gonna say, "You might want to." I have a feeling you might be the smallest of the 3 of us, and my motorcycle only holds 2.
Right.
No, Keely's larger than Ashley's, actually.
I'm like 5'1"
No,
and 100.
I'm saying in. She's trying to suggest to go to your animal form.
Oh, okay.
Because Fang's vehicle is a motorcycle.
Yep. Thanks, vehicle is definitely a motorcycle.
She says, and what, pray tell, am I going to do with my animal form?
Well, you're going to be held on by someone with thumbs while we go shopping.
She says, "Oh, buddy, okay," and she's gonna shift, and you can see in
I'm
my
gonna I'm gonna
overlay.
not make yeah I'm not gonna make you roll for this at this point. It's one way or another you shift.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
So one way or another you shift and you're in Felid.
And she
Feeling
looks like a black lynx. I don't know if you can see it in my overlay, but
I can see it.
Oh yeah, we see it.
Neat. And yeah, you'd be the smallest of the three of us except for Fang, who needs to drive because she's the only one who can drive a motorcycle.
Yep. Sorry.
All right,
You know.
so here's how it's going to work out: is you're going to be between Ashes and Fang on the back of the
Right.
only Harley Davidson in all of Hong Kong, because
Two
that's how
girls and a
Fang
cat.
rolls.
Two girls
That's
and
how-
a cat.
Yeah,
Two
two girls,
foreign
one cat.
girls and a cat.
2 girls, 1 cat. And Fang's gonna drive up to. Fang's gonna drive to some halfway decent store. So it's the good ripoff brands, not the bad ripoff brands.
oh, good.
Nice.
The ones that may be made by child labor, but are at the very least not made with crappy materials.
Oh boy.
And Fang's gonna march right up to the front desk, and she's gonna lie about the lynx being a service animal, so we can bring him in. And
Oh, God,
is
this
going
shit.
to pay for things because Fang's been busy.
Oh my.
All right, so. And she looks at Ashes and glances at the cat and goes, "Okay, pick out things you like."
All right. Well, she'll go through, and if the cat is coming along, she'll just mislead. It's just gonna look so awkward. She's gonna be like talking to this cat, like, "Oh well, what do you think, kitty?"
And Fang tells the employees, "Yeah, like I said, she's a service animal."
This just works out so great. And she'll
And,
be like,
Fang has
she's like, headbutt it if you like it.
yeah,
Right.
and Fang has the perfect liar merit, so the employees all believe her.
Oh, God.
And you know, considering Ash is this is probably normal to Ash. It doesn't even faze her to be doing this. She probably doesn't think anything of it.
Which makes the lie all the more believable.
Exactly. So what about these? She's like holding them up to the cat pants to the cat's face. Here's shirts. Like, here, rub your head on this if you like it.
All right,
Kiss
so
if you don't like it.
Go through several things of clothes.
one way or another, Keeley gets the right clothes, and Fang will motion to the changing rooms and says, and basically whispers, "Just get changed. I can handle things."
Okay.
All right. Well,
And
Ash will take the cat into the changing room.
and I'm guessing the cat shifts to Hamid.
Yep.
And hey, look, you've now got clothes. Yay!
Woot, clothes.
Well, now see, here's the interesting part.
And
clothes on.
Fang is chatting to the lady at the front desk, saying, "Man, I'm so glad that the three of us can go shopping because I totally came in here with 2 other people."
Totally forget about that service cat.
Yeah,
Right.
and I didn't come in here with a cat at all, and because I have the perfect liar merit.
She's like, yep. She'll Ash will step out of the dressing room.
Keely overhears this lying going on, and she actually
And
kind of chuckles.
she'll sit outside the door, like, watching.
Yeah, and Fang says, and Fang drops the rough equivalent of $100 onto the counter and says, "This should cover everything." And walks out.
Let's go.
And
Yeah.
yeah, as soon as they've walked out, Fang is going to Fang is going to look at over the outfit, and she's going to say, "Okay, I can't actually dedicate talismans to you guys because out of character, just read
Okay.
the whole thing,
Oh god damn it.
and it's going to take me a while to actually teach you how to do it, but I can describe it."
All right.
And Fang clears her throat, and she says, What I do is I call upon the spirits, and I tell them I have to convince them that it's in their best interest to bind to my possessions and bind themselves to me. And you can usually get some pretty low-ranking spirits to do that, and it lets you keep things as you do so. Though it all depends on how much gnosis you have within you.
Keely just looks like what? This was
Spirit, energy.
this explanation went totally over.
That's the best way she can think of to describe it. Spirit, energy.
Spirits? I've seen some spirits. You can
Yep.
talk to spirits?
I can talk to spirits. I just learned that.
Okay.
Oh, I have some work to do.
Yes, you do. But you both should probably learn the rite of pants.
It seems like it would come in handy.
Yes, it does.
Translation. Until you can learn the rite of pants, be careful about where you shift.
Right?
Be careful about when you shift, too.
When. Yep.
And also, you should be careful about where you shift in general,
Regardless,
because
yes.
shifting here, she says, gesturing to the city street that they're on right now, can cause its own set of problems.
Ash literally just looks like her eyes get big, and the look on her face, he was like, "Yeah, bad idea." No.
She shakes her head. Well, yeah. Pants. That's good.
Pants are good.
So, I'm gonna have to, duck into an alleyway or something, right?
Or?
Are we going back to the Sept, or do you want to drop me off at my apartment?
I can drop you off at your apartment. And with this, what Fang's gonna do is she's gonna look at Ash, and she's gonna take the last of the money she conned off of somebody, and she's gonna say, "This should be enough for a cab back to the Sept. I'll drop her off at her apartment."
Thanks.
All right.
No problem.
Yeah. I'll see you around then. And she, not in the same to you, she says to Keely.
Oh yeah. I'll probably come down there for a jog later.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, you may want to move in if you're not too attached to your apartment.
Well, I have this. There's something kind of special about my apartment. I don't know. I built this place within it. I don't know how to describe it to you exactly, but it's sort of not entirely here.
Bosco has described Den Realms to Fang at one point, if I recall correctly. So Fang will go, "Oh, say no more."
Plus, I have my computers set up there, and it's a pain in the ass moving those.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you can't really bring them to the Sept anyway. So good call.
Right.
So set some computers up in the middle of a park.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the computers are what we call Weaver energy, and that's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guys in the mirror shades and the suits and the sunglasses, yeah, they don't. They're sort of the epitome of the Weaver energy, which also means you can't. You should be really careful about what you do with those computers because they can probably see what you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
great, this puts even more of a crimp in my plans. I wonder if I can see when they're seeing me doing things, though.
You should actually talk to the Guru Sept because the head tribe of their sept are called the Glasswalkers, and
Okay.
they understand more about the Weaver than most of the rest of us.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We
I'd
also
say
have
that's accurate.
we also have a creepy were spider, and he might know some things, but she's kind of crazy. And yes, I did start with he and then ended with she because that's the only accurate way of describing them.
That makes sense. They have more than one gender. Okay.
Yes. Hmm.
Changes the gender as the wind changes direction.
Ah, gender fluid. I see.
Yeah. All right. I will
Hmm.
see you around, Ash.
I'll see you later, Fang. It was nice to meet you, Keely.
Yeah, we'll have to hang out again sometime.
Fang will give a
Um,
big grin and
well,
wave goodbye.
Uh, Bye. She'll wave at Fang. I'm generally in the same area.
okay,
Usually I can be found there, but not always.
cool.
Uh, Good luck at your apartment.
All right.
And Ash will go and watch for a cab while you guys are
All right.
going.
And Fang takes a motorcycle to her apartment. And as soon as she drops her off, she's going to say, "So, I ask this of a lot of the newcomers, but how do you think the world began?"
She says, well, a long time ago, the solar system was filled with bits of matter, and over time, gravity took and brought things together, and eventually planets were formed, and that's how everything began.
I've heard that one. Well, I'm trading the tale of Coyote for new stories of how the world began.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I've heard your story, so you'll have to learn the tale of Coyote from someone else.
All right. Sounds interesting, though. Maybe
Well,
I
if
can
you
trade you another story sometime.
yes, if you find a good story, I'll definitely trade it for the tale of Coyote.
I'm always up to looking for good stories. And secrets, too. Hmm.
Juicy, juicy secrets.
Yes.
Well, I'll give you part of a secret. I've told a few people, but it's not widely known.
Oh?
I was born a coyote in a zoo.
Does that happen?
Yes,
Okay. That's
there
cool.
are werecats born cats, and Ashes was born a wolf.
Interesting. I didn't really know that, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Oh, and you shouldn't sleep with any of us skin changers, because most of you guys can make things born of your own kind, and except for the foxes, for some reason they don't they aren't right.
Wait, tell me more about the foxes.
Well, we have a couple.
I know.
You'll meet Zhu eventually.
I met you.
Yeah, Zhu's nice. In fact, she's so nice that her job is to make sure that everyone's at peace.
I think she does probably a good job with that. She seemed
Oh
pretty
yeah.
nice to me.
Oh yeah. one of the few people who's on good relationships with everybody.
Cool. I'm glad that I met her then.
But they're the only ones. She mentioned that they're metis, which is the term for people who are born shifters
Oh,
rather than born one or the other. Their metis aren't ostracized,
okay. Interesting.
and Nuisha
Um,
don't have no metis.
so why would Metis be ostracized?
I know for the Guru they can't have kids, and they always come out slightly deformed.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but Nuisha don't get no metis.
That's good then.
Yeah,
She's like, I wasn't really planning on sleeping with anyone anytime soon, to be honest. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. And she just gives a little shudder. She's like, I don't want to sleep with people.
well, it happens. It's a perfectly natural part about being a part of the animal kingdom, which even as a human you were.
Yeah, maybe for some people, but I'm just not interested in it.
Fang will tilt her head because she doesn't quite understand, and it's a very canine gesture.
What? Sex is gross. Gross.
And she tilts her head further.
Well, you're a coyote. You probably love fucking.
I haven't fucked a human yet.
She just snorts and says, well, there's always time for that.
Oh yeah, haven't met the right one. But then again, I was already a couple of months into the breeding program before I escaped the zoo. So
Wait, so you have little pups out there somewhere?
in California, yeah.
Oh. Wow, that must suck being so far from them.
Yeah, the zookeepers were nice. It's just there was a big old world out there that I had to run for.
Makes sense.
They're well taken care of. And I still give to the San Diego Zoo occasionally.
Well, I guess if they're being taken care of, that's good.
Yeah, it's not like I abandoned them completely. Besides, right after that, Coyote chose me.
Chose you to do what?
She points to the fact that she is on 2 legs and has 5 fingers.
Oh, I think I see what you mean.
Yeah, right after that, Coyote chose me.
And that's how you ended up here.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. I came here seeking the Hengyokai because I found it interesting that there were places in the world where the Guru put aside their differences and worked with other shifters, because long time ago they were killing all the other shifters.
Yeah, I was told about that. The War of Rage.
Yeah. And
She
so,
shakes her head.
and I found it interesting that there was a place where that could be, and it sounded to me like a good place where I could start trading the tail of Coyote. At least the not-so-secret parts, she says, grinning even broader.
She just chuckles a little bit.
And where I could tell that... And I found it was a place where everybody put their differences aside. And it's, of course, a big ol' secret to everywhere else, Fang says, looking serious for the first time you've seen her.
Hmm.
That we can't tell anyone of any other city that the shifters here work with the non-shifters.
Let me guess. Because everywhere else, the shifters are at war with the non-shifters.
Well, they're at war with the vampires, and the mages are distrusted, and they're not at war with the changelings, though.
Huh. Changelings? Like fairies?
She smirks and says, "There's two flavors of them. One of them are fairies.
Oh.
They claim to be made of the hopes and dreams of humanity, made form.
Hmm. I guess that makes sense.
But the changelings aren't really at war with anybody.
No, they probably just want to be merry the whole time. Or to play
It's the
tricks
way.
on.
That's how they act. They're fun. When you say play tricks on everyone, Fang says they're fun.
Hmm. I think I've seen some of their kind before. Or relatives of them.
You might have. They're it. You can't tell that they're anything when they're inhuman,
Okay.
but they see some. But the way it. But the way it's been described to me, they see some other world at the same time, kind of like the Umbra, but not.
What is this Umbra again that you
You know
mentioned?
that place you built that's not quite here?
Yeah.
It's halfway between here and the Umbra. Experiment, she says, smirking.
Oh, wait, but, um, there's spirits in this Umbra then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying that my technology might attract the Weaver?
It might attract the wrong kind of spirits. Stay away from spiders and scorpions.
Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, just be careful. The Umbra's a dangerous place, but it's in your blood. All of Gaia's children can access the Umbra in some form or another.
So, can I get there from a place other than my apartment, or is that
I
about it?
don't. Fang shrugs and says it works different for some of us.
Oh,
I can get there from anywhere, even some places the Guru can't.
it's probably good for running off and escaping from people, I would
Mm-hmm.
think.
I tell you what. Uh, why don't we go in and and I'll try to walk you through going sideways.
Okay. Um, let's see. There also, by the way, there seems to be an abnormal amount of uh, cats in this area for some reason.
You're a Bastet. Fang is not phased by this.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Um,
inside her
also,
apartment.
also, you get this feeling as soon as Fang enters because someone's approaching your den realm.
Okay.
Uh, you feel momentarily like there's an intruder that needs to be removed, but then after a moment, it goes away, and you don't know why.
Okay. Very quietly, she just kind of goes "Arr," for a moment when she feels the intruder thing. Not really intending to, but
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about the den realm is you instantly know when someone who's not a Bastet is approaching it.
nice. Tenrums seem pretty handy.
They
I
are,
like
but
part of them,
the downside is you can't step sideways anywhere. So
right? Uh, so inside the apartment, you notice that there is not one single computer set up. There are a number of computers set up, including what looks like a server bay or a tower with servers stacked in it.
okay, so
And
your apartment, other than your den realm, the spot of it dedicated as a den roam is like Gauntlet 8,
Okay.
because yeah, that's pretty hefty gauntlet there.
Yeah.
And don't bring a changeling here because that'll be like instant death.
Nice. You also see 2 stacks of cups of noodles. One stack you can tell is uneaten cups of noodles, and the other stack is cups of noodles that have been eaten. And there are quite a lot in both stacks.
Mm.
You can tell that she probably just lives on that.
Fang's going to wrinkle her nose, but isn't going to say anything. Mostly because she has strict carnivore.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite flaws. It doesn't actually hurt you that much, but it adds so much flavor that she'll go to a street vendor and she'll buy a hot dog and she'll toss the bun away.
Right. No buns.
No
On a
buns.
gluten-free diet.
I've got no buns told me down. So, Fang will. How do you have your den roam set up?
Like
Well,
what?
first off, how many dots of it do you have?
I don't think I have very many dots. I think I have 1 dot in it, so it's not
Okay,
very big.
so you've got a closet that's a den roam.
I think it's a little bit bigger than a closet.
Let me check the background itself. Give me a moment. Den
I think it might actually be about the size of the apartment.
roam. Yes, you are right. It is the size of one a house. So
A little bit bigger than that apartment.
that said, you're not going to. That said, the area your computers are in is not going to be capable of using your den room because the gauntlet's too thick.
Right.
So you're going to have like a bedroom or some space with no computers that is your den room.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, as Fang approaches it, you feel just sort of instinctively that you can grant her permission to travel through this, but she cannot travel through it without your permission.
Okay. I will grant her permission to travel through it,
Neat.
which means
And
I think you can
Fang,
instantaneously
no,
cross
it's Gauntlet 3.
on with 3. Okay.
Yeah. And Fang tilts her head as she feels the sort of energy for that going through. And Fang says, okay, there's another energy within you besides the rage that you touched earlier, and it's called the Gnosis. It is the part of your being that is one with the spirit world.
Oh. Kind of
If
like when
you,
you meditate.
yes, breathe deeply, feel the energy reaching out towards the Umbra, and then step from this world sideways into the other world.
Okay.
And roll your Gnosis.
Okay. Oops. Yeah, I think I quite easily traverse the gauntlet.
Yeah, especially since the Gauntlet's 3. Fang's going to roll. Oh wait, she has Umbral Affinity, which means that the difficulty's 3 here no matter what.
Right?
Also, she has a lot more Gnosis than you.
Yeah, I only have 3 gnosis. I'm a noob. Oh, baby.
But you do go through faster because that fucking won.
Right. Burn.
But yeah, Fang wouldn't be doing what she usually does, which is race you across the gauntlet. Zoom!
Okay, so interestingly enough here, it is not a bedroom on the other side. It's probably larger than the apartment. Like I said, if it's as big as a
Yeah.
house, the apartment's not a house.
What happens is it's still a reflection of the material world, but it's shaped slightly by your denning, as it were.
Yes. So it's
There's going to be a nice big dome of webbing where your computers are.
right.
But other than that, you can define everything.
Okay. Well, here it actually appears to be made out of stone, as opposed to whatever her apartment is made out of, drywall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like the stone of a castle, and um,
It'd be a fort at one.
what's that?
It'd be a fort, not a full size castle. It's only the size of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
house.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's like part of a castle, is what I
Yeah.
meant to say. And since her apartment is on the top floor, we had to actually climb quite a number of stairs to get up to it.
Yeah.
Um, she has it so that is a small staircase that leads up to the roof of the building.
Okay. I'm actually reading some of the shit you can do in your den room, just to let you know out of character. A number of times per scene equal to your Gnosis rating, you can
No, that's
teleport
true.
within your den room
Right.
with a Gnosis roll. So, like, if you had a bigger den room, that would be kind of ridiculous.
Right. Yep.
You can peer through the gauntlet from either side, as long as you're in your den room without rolling. And you can lead any others across that. You can lead anyone across the gauntlet while in your den realm as if they were pack mates.
Yep.
So you can bring as many people through into the Umbra as you feel like, just as long as they're in the in your den realm, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
And Fang's on the other side, and she's gesturing around, and she says, "Welcome to the Penumbra.
Penumbra. That sounds familiar.
This is the shadow of the world on the spirit world. This is where most of our interactions with the Umbra happen."
She laughs. That makes sense because the penumbra is a shadow cast by the Earth or Moon over an area experiencing an eclipse.
Mm-hmm. This is the shadow of the world upon the spirit world, and you can travel into the deep Umbra. I hear tales of travelers to the far Umbra. But
Deep
the
and
further
far.
you go, the more dangerous it gets. Come on, I'll show you outside. And she marches out where the front door would be in your apartment,
Okay.
and you see Umbral Hong Kong. It's tall fucking spires of buildings every which way, covered in weaver webbing. Not so thick that you can't like step around it, but covered in weaver webbing. There's some net spiders here and there maintaining the webs. Every once in a while, a more wild spirit dances around the webbing to go do things.
I can see Weaver a Weaver webbing of network spiting or network webs coming towards my apartment and entering them.
There's a network web that goes into your den realm,
It's
and
actually kind of thick.
that ties straight into the dome of webbing which I mentioned in the middle of your apartment.
Yep. Like I said, it's actually probably kind of a thick network web.
Yeah, it'd be one big like strand.
Yep.
That connects to the main web of the city.
I would just assume, depending on bandwidth and how much they're used, such webs would be thicker or thinner.
Yeah, it's depend on how much capacity they have, mostly.
Exactly. And this one, you can tell, has a fair amount of capacity.
Fang's not really paying attention to it. Fang's just looking at your reaction.
She's looking around. She finds this fascinating. She's like, so it's basically just like the world, but different.
It's the shadow of the world.
Huh.
Now, you can't spend too long here, or you go crazy. But that's mostly if you tried to sleep here.
I will remember that.
And I don't know if you can go in and out of this place from other areas besides your den realm.
I can think of one other place. if there's any others of my kind, the Bastet, um, I might be able to go in through their den room if they have one.
That's a possibility. I'm sure Sonai has something set up in the Sept, but you'll need his permission to use it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's the big rule of the Hangyokai. If you have permission, you can do basically anything.
Okay.
You just have to seek it.
I have a question for you. How does that
Yes.
relate to quasi-legal activities?
Fang grins broadly, and she says, "Well, we'll do what we can if the Mortal Police catches you, but it's not against our laws. The
Keely
laws of
just
man is the
smiled.
laws of man do not overwrite the laws of the wild.
Oh, good.
I'm a con artist."
She puts her hand out, as if to shake hands,
And Fang will shake her hand.
and she says, "I'm a hacker." You might have figured that.
Sweet. You want to help me run the wire scam?
That's actually something very similar to what I wanted to do. So yes.
Sweet. And if Fang dances back across the gauntlet,
She follows.
yeah, and she follows, and Fang's gonna pontificate for the whole freaking night how she just got into the triads just deep enough to get them to give her some free shit,
Nice.
and she's a straw sandal, whatever that means, and
I don't know.
yeah, it out of character. It means she's a liaison officer. She's
Okay.
someone that the Red Pole has not quite given a full approval to, but can go and do shit on her own, and as long as she ties to the triad. And she's got this basement of this bookshop that she's turning into a fake casino. And if she can get the sports races on a delay and get herself an earpiece, she could run the wire.
Oh, I think we could totally set that up.
And Fang grins, and she goes over a couple of other lower tech cons she was planning on doing, but the wire's the most lucrative.
She says, "Well, the other ones sound interesting too. It would probably be good for me to diversify my skill set a little bit, as it were."
Okay, well then I'll teach you one last thing before I go.
Okay.
This is a trick. This is a fun trick. For the sake of this scam, I'm gonna assume you're wearing a watch.
Sure.
All right.
Probably
So
a
Fang,
watch though. I don't know if that
yeah.
affects. It.
Oh, that'll actually make it easier because it's easier to remove those.
Okay.
So what Fang's gonna do is she's gonna take a dollar bill and she's gonna crumple it up, and she takes a pen and she goes 1, 2, 3, and she opens her hand and the bill's still there. Now I gotta keep going 1, 2, 3, and the pen's gone. She's going and she pulls it out from behind her ear and she goes 1, 2, 3, and the bill's gone. She says, "Now I'm gonna show you that," and she shows you through the whole thing. She shows you how to slip the pen in behind your ear, and then slip the bill off into the lining of your pants. And then 1, 2, 3, and then when she opens your hand again, the bill's gone, and she opens her hand and she's got your watch.
She says, "What?"
The trick is teaching them how to do a magic trick is a good opening to get you right up next to them to steal their watch.
Oh, a distraction. Perfect. I get it.
Magic and con jobs are exactly the same thing. It's all misdirection.
She says,
There's this other fun trick I do, where I palm a. How do I put this? I go to a bar and I bet someone that I could teleport a $20 bill into their cash register. All right, and I switch that bill with a $1 bill, and I slide the 20 out behind me as I crumple a $1 bill under a glass and set it on fire. And then my accomplice grabs the 20 and buys a beer. And then keeps the change.
Of course.
And then what happens is that bear in mind you get them to sign the bill beforehand so they know it's the same 20. And then after the bill's completely burnt up, you say, check the register. And lo and behold, it's there. And you walk away with a beer and change from a beer
That's not
that you get to
bad.
split with your buddy.
We might have to go to a club then one of these days.
Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of fun things you can do. I make most of my money in bars. There's also a fun trick that we can do, or rather I can do, because my Hamid's not my base form. You show up to a bar with a frisbee, and you bet someone that they can't drink all of the beer that could fit into a frisbee. And a frisbee can hold like 6 beers. It just doesn't look like it can.
Right.
So when they can't, someone like me, who can just regenerate, and she just grins broadly.
Drink the beers.
Exactly.
That's handy.
Yep.
I know.
Oh,
What? What were you say?
Before I go, there's one person you should seek out. Her name's Dextra Silvers. She's a hacker too. She's a vampire, but she doesn't seem to be too mean of a vampire.
Okay.
Just do watch out for her. She is dead.
You said she's a hacker too?
Yeah.
You don't happen to know what her hacker handle is, by any chance, do you?
Hacker handle, she says, tilting her head.
Yeah, it's like a name that hackers use, a pseudonym.
Mm.
That way,
Nope.
if
She's
ever we
only
need to talk,
she's only introduced herself as Dextra, but this one time when we were fighting the men in black suit, when they were fighting the men in black suits, I only heard about this afterwards, but she apparently took out a set of their power armor.
nice.
And out of character, if you've been around the city for a week or two, you may have seen those marching around town, because the technocracy gives no fucks anymore.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah.
Those things are beastly.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I'm gonna have to start driving some cars into them.
If she took one out, that means maybe I could take one out. Maybe not, but if I can
Maybe.
get her to tell me how she did it,
But
might
yeah,
come
you should talk to her. Anyways, I got pranks to pull, cons to raise, and
I've got a little bit of work to do here myself. Currently working on a little bit of defrauding and a little bit of skimming and, you know, the usual hacks.
all right.
As I'm trying to put together funds to help my kin.
All right. Fang will salute, and she'll step sideways.
She'll just nod. And she goes and she goes over to her pile of cups of soup, and she takes one and she gets it ready and sticks it in the microwave. No, she probably uses a tea kettle to make it, actually.
Yeah,
And
tea kettles would be really easy to get around here.
yeah, and she sits down and she logs onto her computer and she starts typing away. And a few minutes later, she gets back up, grabs the cup of noodles, and sits back down and continues typing away. So that's what she does. And I wonder if Holly's back yet. She must
Well,
not.
that's the scene. So
Okay. I'll just
I'm
sit
a
here and make
I'm gonna
faces.
post things in the I'm gonna post it in the chat that is it is scene, and Holly can end it when she wants to.
Okay. I'm probably gonna, if I can, get another scene later on because my character would like to come back to the cairn to actually go running to
Yeah.
not in her feline form, just in her human form because
Yeah. Well, it's a nature preserve, so you can do that.
yep.
You will have also. I may not have actually mentioned it in scene, but Fang will have pointed you to where the Guru cairn is.
Okay.
Uh, and that's because, and she did that mostly because they're glasswalkers.
Yep. She'll eventually have to make her way there as soon as I can get a scene with people there.
Okay. Um, and I'm willing to play the endless. You want to talk to an NPC here? Here's an NPC.
Okay.
Uh, so if you need to talk to Sanai, or if you want to make an appointment to speak to the Alpha of the Guru, I could do that.
Okay.
She's the CEO, so you got to make an appointment.
Oh, a CEO. That'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
She's a CEO of a tech company. She's about as weavery as someone of the Guru Nation can be.
Right. Um. Hmm. She she has to ponder this because she doesn't know if it'd be a good idea for her to go to a corporation if she wants to commit criminal acts. I don't know.
Well,
But I guess to learn
sometimes,
about.
yeah, it's you are a shifter, which will elevate your status in her eyes immediately. You're not a Guru, which will drop it back down.
Right. Let's see. Um. Yeah. I was gonna say about that, but yeah, learning more about the Weaver. That's actually would be a good thing to do. Though she is kind of curious about this crazy spider person that was
Yeah,
mentioned, because you know what?
he's
If they're
their.
crazy, they probably have really interesting things to say.
Yeah, I have to get back into playing him. He's the Hengyokai's seer,
Oh, neat.
and he's got he, she, it, they have gender morph, which is an Ananazi merit.
I think I remember seeing that a long time ago when I was looking through their breed book.
Yeah, and they prefer to just keep swapping back and forth over and over and over and over again.
Truly gender fluid.
Yeah, they don't remember what they were. And that's easier because they were born a spider, so.
Healy has some experience with not remembering things about yourself. You know,
One of these days, I want to make an Ananazi like seducer with gender morph and sex appeal.
nice.
So everyone who's I'm at -2 difficulty for all social roles for everyone attracted to my gender. Oops, I could change it.
Right?
So,
Anyone.
well, it's if it doesn't work the first time, I come back as the other gender and try again.
Let's see. I'm just gonna type some out here real quick. Oh yeah, you know the thing about Coelacanth is about how every year they have to take on a new personality and be a different person, basically.
Yeah, I was aware of that. They have to do that on their big festival day.
Oh, I thought it was just every
No,
year.
they have to do it at Beltane every year.
Well, shit. That would have.
That's okay. It's
I
Sam
didn't.
Hain, so that can
I
cause
didn't
things
see
too.
anything about that in the book, so
No,
I
it's
I just went with Spencer for those who
they're
can't.
very changeling-y. So yeah, they have to change every year at Beltane.
Yeah, I know, but since the book didn't say anything about that, I just assumed that it was 1 year from her first change that she would have to change.
Yeah, no, that's at Beltane. That's in the spring.
That probably kind of. Oh, that's at Beltane,
Yeah,
not Samhain. Okay.
yeah.
So in the spring, let's see. That's on the spring equinox.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. When was that? Friday, March 20th. Oh, so actually, she has been a shifter for uh fuck, like, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September,
Or you might
October.
want to check the chat, Hall. I just messaged it for you guys.
Okay, so actually she's been a shifter for about 9 months. No. Oh,
Yep.
where did Dolly message the chat?
It's checking Facebook, I'm guessing.
I didn't see anything in Facebook. Shit.
Well, Holly did just post on Facebook, so
About her kid being a shit. That's
yep.
what I just.
Anyhow, but yeah, no, the book says just at least once a year, so I guess in W20 it's just at least once a year.
Okay. So I can go with the way that I had it then, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Uh,
shortly
you
after her
do
first
you
change,
will be compelled to go to the big frickin' party at Beltane every year, though.
I thought the party was on Sam Hain because that's
No,
what I
it's
just.
Beltane.
Okay. Well,
Beltane's
Devin.
more important to Beltane's more important to the Coelacanth than Samhain.
Oh, interesting.
Uh,
Okay.
the Nuisha have a similar party, but nobody else gets to go.
Right.
And in fact, there that's a festival, and there is one time when a couple of Guru were like, our packmate disappears every year. Let's find out where they go.
Oh God.
And they tracked the Noisha down, and they never came back
Well, that's
because
terrible.
Coyote. But technically, if other werecats go to the Coelacanth party, they just don't remember where they went. With Noisha, they never come back.
Yeah. Uh, okay. So yeah. Um. Yep. I need to get up for use the bathroom and smoke a cigarette, so I guess I'm just gonna
All
leave
right.
this here.
I guess so, because Holly hasn't turned it off yet. So see ya.
Yep. So there's gonna be this lovely, lovely space of time here. Food.